Hey guys, this is God of Politics. I'm going to a brand new video, but before we get started with this video, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also follow me on Twitter and join the Discord. Those are both linked down in the description. But in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a special election that is actually being held today as I'm recording this video, May 1st, 2021, and that is the special election for Texas's 6th Congressional District. Now, this is a special election that came as a result of Representative Ron Wright, who died due to COVID, and now there's a special election which is finally being held, and there's most likely going to be a runoff for this special election, which it says here will take place no earlier than May 24th, 2021. So this district will likely be open for quite a bit longer. So we've got a lot of candidates running, which is why I do think we're probably headed for a runoff. The front runner for the Republicans is clearly Susan Wright. She is the widow of the former representative who did die from COVID, just like you had Julia Letlow in Louisiana's 5th Congressional District run in place of her late husband, who died also due to COVID. She ended up getting elected to that district overwhelmingly, and we're going to see if we can see a repeat of that in this election. So she's clearly going to be the Republican candidate that does end up going to the runoff. But for the Democratic Party, you do most likely have Jana Sanchez as the front runner. You do have a couple other candidates that could maybe take away some votes from her, but Jana Sanchez is basically going to be the front running Democrat. And so for the runoff, I would predict that there is going to be a runoff between Susan Wright for the Republicans and Jana Sanchez for the Democrats. But who will come first and who is going to be able to actually end up winning this race? So we've got a lot of endorsements for these Republican candidates, but of course, Susan Wright does have the most endorsements, and most importantly, she has the endorsement of Donald Trump, which does give her a very big boost. She also has the endorsement of many federal officials, U.S. representatives from Texas, and some from other places that are pretty popular amongst Trump people. Looking at the polling for the jungle primary, there's a lot of undecided voters, and while the undecided voters went down from about 40% to around 20%, it is still a pretty large share of undecided voters. But as you can see here, there are some Democrats that are taking away a lot of the vote, and we only had a couple of polls, but it is still important to note, and of course, these are pretty bad polls. They're all internals, 1 for the Republicans, 3 for the Democrats. And most of them did show a lead for Susan Wright. As you can see here, she was leading this poll, this poll, this poll. The internal polls for the Democrats, Susan Wright was leading. And of course, internal polls, you can't take too much stock into them, but they are important to look at just for reference. And then this Republican internal poll actually had Jana Sanchez up in the poll. I'm not sure who this internal poll was for. I assume maybe it's for Jake Ellizzi for this Republican, maybe, but I'm not exactly sure. For the predictions, Inside Elections has it as lean R, Sabatos Crystal Ball has it as likely R. I have it as likely R. This is a district that President Trump in 2016 won by 3 percentage points, 51 to 48. Ron Wright won by around 8 percentage points. But in 2016, Trump won this district by 12 points. So it was a classic example of a suburban district trending towards the Democrats. So you had about a 9-point shift towards the Democratic Party in this district going back to 2012. This is a district that Romney won by 17 percentage points. And it's quite a diverse district. It's only 52% white. If you look at the map of the district, you can see it takes parts of Arlington over here, and it only takes a small part of Tarrant County, but that is where the largest part of the district's population actually lives. It is in that part of Tarrant County. You can see it's a classic example of a gerrymander, but if it had, 5 more years with it, it would probably collapse and go Democratic at that point. But we are not at that point yet, and Republicans are still within striking distance of being able to win this district. It was long a Democratic district because Democrats used to do very, very well in this area. But since 1983, Republicans have won this district. Ron Wright was only the representative for 2 terms when he was elected, but of course he ended up dying. And so I know this is, being uploaded right before the special election, but I did just want to get my thoughts on who's going to end up winning this. I do think that Susan Wright's going to come first, probably get a decent share of the vote, but she's not going to get near 50%. And so thus she's going to have to go to a runoff. Jana Sanchez is going to come in second place, pretty far behind Susan Wright, I do think, but she is going to come in a pretty strong second place, and there's going to be a runoff. And I do expect Susan Wright to win probably by around 8 to 9 percentage points. I think she'll do pretty well. Maybe she'll get even some sympathy votes. Some people have speculated about that. I'm not sure how much truth there is to it, but there is some speculation on it. We did have some polls showing her up by 10 points in a Democratic internal, 10 points in a Republican internal. I think she'll end up winning by around 8 percentage points, but we will see what happens. I know this was quite a short video, but again, I just wanted to give my thoughts on it because it is happening today. So thank you all for watching this video. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also follow me on Twitter and join the Discord. Those are both linked down in the description. But again, guys, thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you guys later.